I don't like things in dishwasher. I'm not gonna put in the dishwasher.
You like, this person's ugly.
I'm really mad about my hands.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back with another episode of the Mike to Mike podcast. Come on, let's cheer it up, kids. Yes, yes, yes. And this is Manhood Conversations episode 6, man. This is 6 episodes in. You know what, man? I really love doing this show. These guys really be blessing me, man, and they teach me a lot of things. They don't even know that, but we got a great show for you tonight. And let me introduce our panel so we can get started. To the right of me is a good brother, man. I've known him for a while now, and I think he's gonna bless us tonight. Give it up for my guy Jerome Willis, man. Let's give it up for him. How you feeling tonight, man? You feeling good?
Man, I am feeling blessed. I thank God for the opportunity to be a part of a high standard panel of great guys, men of God. I'm glad to be in the presence. I'm glad I've been able to give some nuggets, spiritual nuggets as I receive. So I'm glad to be a part of this podcast tonight.
Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you, man. And then to the bottom of him, you already know he is a staple of the show, man. Let's give it up for cousin George, man.
What up, what's up, fellas? What's happening? Jerome, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. I salute.
Yeah. And then to the left of him, you already know who it is. It's my brother, man. Let's give it up for Meech, man.
What up? Good evening, everybody. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. So, you know, the first question that I always ask is, you know, the last 7 days, this past week for you. So since last Tuesday, how has your mental been? And you know what? I ain't gonna lie, man. The enemy's been trying me this week, you know, with a lot of things going on, just, you know, marriage, work. And so I would say from 1 to 10, I'm about a 6, you know, a 5 right now. Keep praying for me. I am doing better. And like George says, man, you know, every marriage has those dents, you know, and we just talked about that on the phone earlier. So I'm not going to act like everything is great because everything's not always great, but it will be better. I know that. I believe in that. You know, I'm a child of the King, and you know, trials only come to make you stronger. You know, trials and tribulations. That's what happens in life, and it's only to make you stronger and for you to learn from it. So, you know, we just gonna go through our things. We got those highs and lows in life, and right now, you know, we going back up. We going back up. But yeah, man, it's been a week. It's been a week. It's been a lot going on with my mental and just like everything. It's just. Life is going so fast, so I need to just sit down sometimes and just relax, you know, and I can't do that a lot. So let's start with Meech, man. How your week been going, bro?
Man, it's I got hit with a bomb yesterday, but it's one of them weeks. Let's put it like that. Like the enemy, the devil is busy. Just as the Bible said, this too shall pass. So it's a phase. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. You know, we keep praying. Me and my wife, we've been praying a lot this week, so we can conquer all.
Yeah, and I say that, man. And the crazy thing is, me and Kania just start praying together on the phone the past week, and it seems like now that we praying together, it seems like the enemy is really attacking because the enemy don't want to see you pray with your wife and come together. And he's hitting us with some tests right now. I tell you, the enemy.
Yes, sir.
Working, you know, trying to work, but it won't pass. It won't succeed. He won't succeed. But you know, sometimes you just get down. Sometimes, like, man, like this needs to get better. It needs to get better. So
now.
What about you, George? George, how you feeling this week?
It's been cool. The home is cool. Work is lit. Yeah. So, little transition at work. New things, new processes. Jerome and IT, he kind of get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get the new type of feel. It's like, Kids good, wife good. overall, man, the week been okay. I mean, it could be better, and then we got some more days left, so we no small thing to a giant, man. We gonna look up and keep on grinding, man. One foot in front of the next, and keep on pressing towards the mark. You know what I mean? And so, overall, it's been cool.
What about you, Jerome? How your week?
And this week has tested my faith. I heard a message this past Sunday. Be identified in Christ. So I moved into this apartment about a little bit over a month ago. I was supposed to have 8 weeks free. I get this message over the weekend talking about rent, dude. I'm thinking like I had to April.
Yeah.
So Monday come, I go to the leasing office and I'm like, hey, my rent, dude. They was like, yeah, she showed me in a contract, but when I first came, she was talking about 8 weeks. I had to. One thing I wanted to do was not get all of my emotions. I maintain a calm demeanor because she probably was expecting for me to be all upset. And so I had a chance to talk to the leasing manager over the leasing, and she's like, well, you know what? On contract, we took you to court, you probably lose. I say yes, but on good faith, she wrote down a breakdown of everything I was required of me. It said 8 weeks. So I took care of other responsibilities, and it's like, this is going to put me in a crutch. So she told me yesterday, well, okay, I'm going to get back with the property company, and I'll get back with you tomorrow afternoon. So today come, let me get to it fast forward. So noon come, 3 o'clock come. I called them at 3:30, just checking to see what they say before I make this payment. Because I didn't want my first payment. I didn't want to be late. So right at 4:59, she called me. I was getting ready to make this payment, although it's going to hurt me. And she said they agreed for the 8 weeks. I'm like, amen. So this week tested my faith. I was polite to them. And even after we, it could have been more heated, but I just showed them love and they showed me love back. And I thank God for interceding for that. I prayed for that. I prayed that because God's the word said he gets a renewed mercy each and every day. So I prayed that they would show the same mercy. So that's something I'm trying to exercise in my life, just to show mercy as God gives us mercy and God gives us grace. So the power of prayer is so effective.
Amen.
That's something that I'm utilizing. And this happened to me day by day. If I don't start my day without praying first, everything goes bad. Like I'm on this break from Facebook because sometimes I inject those spirits because sometimes I see things that I hadn't accomplished or what I want. And so then it'll have me in a different space. But I hadn't been on it in like the last month. So it keeps my focus more clear.
Yeah.
Because now my day start off with God being in front, seeing everything. I know, like in the past, I would get on there all day just looking at stuff, and then it'll just change my spirit. So I'm working on some areas right now.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Amen.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go off.
Oh, you good? You
Good.
good?
You fine.
That's good, Gems. So we're gonna get started on the first question of the show. And you know what? I wanted to start with something with relationships. Because we're all been in relationships, or in relationships, or in marriages. And one of the biggest things about relationships is communication. And that's one of the things that's high on the list a lot of times is men and women not being able to communicate with each other. So one of the questions that I have for you guys is, what's your biggest communication weakness? When I thought about this, I don't really necessarily have a problem with communication. It's how I effectively communicate sometimes is the problem. Me not being able to speak my mind or express myself, that's something that I do very well. I write. I've been writing since I was a little kid. So a lot of times it's not hard for me to express myself or tell or convey how I feel. One of the things that I say that I am weak in when it comes to communication is I wear my emotions on my sleeves a lot of times. And even when it seems like I'm really not being boisterous or trying to be mean or yell, it comes off that way. Because of my passion about what I'm talking about. And my wife has told me sometimes, like, stop yelling. And I'm like, I'm yelling, but I'm not like actually yelling at you. It's just my passion about the subject or the topic that we're talking about. I'm very passionate about it. But that's something I'm trying to fix because it can come off as being a little bit abruptive or being boisterous when really I should be calm and gentle when I talk. So that's something I still try to work on to this day, is not letting my emotions get the best of me sometimes when I am in a heated debate or heated argument, or where we're having a disagreement. So I can still work on those things. So let's start with George. What's something that you could possibly work on when it comes to communication?
You know what? I had to learn that I am not what I think I am. So my biggest communication weakness was the fact that I feel I had to have like the last word, and kind of like you might get in the sense when I speak, it seems like I'm yelling, but since we're bigger guys, it just come off spot, right? But I've learned in my marriage and in just communicating period that take my time, say what I mean what I say, and don't really throw darts, right? I used to be a dart thrower, right? You throw two at me, oh, I'm most definitely throwing four back. I'm getting my lick back, right? You know what I mean? But I've learned that that makes the situation worse. But most definitely is the fact that we have to learn to speak peacefully and peaceably amongst one another, right? And it's hard, especially in the marriage, man, because you have two individuals who have their own ideologies, methodologies, thought processes, how they process information and input and output and data of what they're sensing. And so anytime you're in this heightened sensitive situation with your spouse or some other, it's always going to be fight or flight, right? You know, what's the saying? A kick dog holler. So you yell, they're going to yell back, right? And now the thing's been escalated to where, how do we get here? So I think the biggest communication weakness that I did have was the fact, again, I had to be right. But what I've learned is speak, be calm, and communication is a two-way street, right? It really, really is. So let them speak, hear them. A lot of people only be quiet to respond, but you got to listen in that space to kind of decipher it, to break it down, then bring what you need to say out of that particular argument situation to get it to a level playing field. I mean,
Right.
so my biggest weakness again was that I thought I had to be right, but what I've learned is I don't need to be right. Speak peaceful, like I said earlier, and it don't have to be resolved in that moment, right? You can get a lot done. They maybe come back later on, then kind of tighten it up, button it up, and we're good. But that's how I,
Yeah. What about you, Jerome?
Yeah, so learning from in past relationships, like you all said, the delivery, being in your emotions, and uh, being having a subtle voice in your response, because your emotions will give you a bad response because you want to be right, you want to get the last word,
Right.
and so I'm learning even in the future that sometimes I may don't want to have the last response because I want to get mine out, so I want to be right.
Mm.
Sometimes you have to give it 24 hours, come back to it because if, say whatever the subject or topic is, if it's getting heated, it's better to just let it quiet, let the spirit quiet down, because that's one way the enemy will try to come in to cause uh, division in a relationship. It causes anger in the relationship, and that remind me of a scripture, if I may say. James 1:19 says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. So that's one thing I'm working on. Even in the situation yesterday, I was subtle. I wasn't upset because the leasing agent, she was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, well." I'm like, "No, I got to be something more than that because you said 8 weeks. That's what sold me on it." And it wasn't any resolution happening until we talked to her manager. But I still kept the right attitude. My posture was still right. I could see that she was nervous. She probably thought I was going to be loud in the main office. And I think the Holy Spirit, I have to acknowledge the Holy Spirit because I be asking God, let the Holy Spirit lead and guide me. The Holy Spirit kept me from allowing myself to get in my emotions and then operate out of that. That could have changed everything. They could have been like, you know what? You paying that right now. But I allow God to be in control of that. So in a relationship, I think, sometimes our emotions can get the best of us. And I think that we should always find a safe place, safe words. And when we know our words are getting bad, we should have a sick or a cold red. So we know between the two of us, like, it's not a good time to keep talking about that.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you, Meech, on communication?
Um, I agree with y'all on the tone or like how it's coming off, but like George knows this, like he's been around, he's counseled us a little bit. But I think my biggest two, I got two things. One of them is I listen. I don't like the tone. So like you can't say anything a certain way to me. Like at that point now, I'm kind of shut off. Like you can't raise your voice or call me out my name, or it's just like I'm done at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I walk off kind of guy. Like I put some earbuds in my ear type of guy, and I kind of shut you out. And that's one. And then the other one is when she's expressing, I take that opportunity to express how I feel instead of taking the opportunity on my own to express how I felt before she did. And so now you got conflicting feelings about something, and I didn't take that opportunity a different moment when I had the opportunity to. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Like I can't. And when she said that, like I get it now. Like, yeah, you are right. Like you coming to me, you've been vulnerable and telling me how you feel about something. That's not the moment when I flip it on you where you did X, Y, and Z. Like that's something that I know I have to be better at, because I don't want to have a comparative or envy spirit, but that gives that off when I do that. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be more open, because I don't sweep it under the rug, but it's a lot of stuff I can just be like, all right, whatever. Type of guy. And that doesn't, in the moment it may be okay, but like I'm not gonna do it all the time, but I have to be better at doing it more often. And I think I've been doing that a little bit better.
That's good, Meech.
What's up?
Thank y'all for all them answers, man. Those are really good answers. Hopefully somebody's listening and it blesses somebody tonight. But this next topic we're gonna go into is more brotherhood. When I created this show, I said manhood, brotherhood, fatherhood. And we've talked a lot about manhood. We talked a lot about fatherhood and marriage and things like that. But we need to talk about brotherhood. That's us coming together as black men and men, period. You know, I just don't want to leave it to black men, Indian men, white men, all type of men. But black men, you know, we go through a couple different struggles that, you know, other races don't go through. And I just want to ask a couple questions on really brotherhood. The first one is this: why do you think unity among black men can sometimes be difficult? And I see that in some aspects, black men are coming together and joining together. But a lot of times, like I said, in this society, it's just been set up for us to compete against each other. And it's only one spot. You know, it can't be 2 or 3 spots. It's only one spot. It's only one chair. You got to compete for it, you know. And I really hate that mindset, because I say it's enough room for everybody. When it comes to podcasts or anything else, I always say that, like, okay, I got a podcast, but I want my black man over here, his podcast to win too. You know, we don't always have to compete against each other. It can be healthy competition, but I don't want to see you lose. I want to see you win just like I win. So I just wanted to know from you guys, why do you think that it sometimes can be difficult for black men to come together and be united? So I will start with Meech on this one. Why do you think that is, man?
I think black men are jealous of each other.
Yeah,
we really don't care to see others win. And I think that's the lack of selflessness. Like, if y'all winning, I'm winning. Like I just can't fathom to be upset because another male, black or white, another male, especially black, because you know, especially where you come from, I'm happy for you. I'm genuinely happy for you. Like I can't be upset with you. I can't be mad at you. Like, you walking in your purpose, you're blessed. I may not be doing the same thing. You may be a doctor. I don't want to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed in how God is blessing me now. It may not be the money, it may not be the riches, it may not be the cars, but I feel like I'm blessed. Like, your dad tells us this all the time. Do you believe rich is all about money? No, I think rich is peace. I think rich is having a spouse that loves you. I think rich is having a roof over your kids. You know, protection over your family. Rich means many different things. It's not all this money with me. But the main thing is black men are jealous of each other, and it's sad. It really is.
Yeah. What do you think on that, George?
Ooh, that's a heavy question. And so you three get it being from St. Louis with a crab in the bucket mentality. But I think it's bigger than just this thing. And it starts with, unfortunately, it goes back to the African diaspora getting the transatlantic slave trade from West Africa to America, and what the slave master did, and what Jim Crow did, and what segregation did, right? It separated tall, short, brown, light, dark. And so now that's hereditary. And I got to speak to my brothers, like my black men, because I'm black. Thank God for every other race and nation out there, but our brothers got to come together because we don't understand what has been done to us. And so hurt people, right? I should be able to walk down any street in America with black folks and feel comfortable. I should be able to walk down Compton Boulevard and feel safe, right? They should be able to walk down any street here and feel safe. But the problem is, you guys remember the movie we paid him for at the end? Cameron Kirk, he got locked up. He say, "Cats want to be the man just because. Blacks want to be the man just because, right? There's no rhyme or reason about how or why. Everybody want to be the top dog." And Mike said earlier, it's room for everybody at the spot. You don't got to be just one. And we do it in the most innocuous way of, oh, who's the GOAT? Kobe, LeBron, Mike. They all can be up there, right? But we always make blacks have one spot where somebody else, they can have a plethora of people up there. So I think what the black men got to do, and me said the best, support number one. I want to see everyone who look like me win, right? Because if you win, we win. And I can look up and see, let's say Tatum from St. Louis, right? I don't know Tatum from a hole in the wall. Never seen a boy in St. Louis my whole life. But he's from the Lou, I'm from the Lou. I want to see you win, right? You know what I mean? So I think that we have to change our mindset. I think we really need to understand that we are truly brothers on this planet. We do come from Mother Africa, Mother Earth. And so we're united and related some form, fashion, or way, whether we blood or not. So I would see everyone who look like me win. And it's hard because also we have trauma we haven't gotten over. We have trauma from the government that has separated us. So it's a lot of things in this question that make it hard for us to unite. And we probably never will, unfortunately. You know what I mean? With just the mindset of certain people. And so it's going to be difficult, but I'm always root for us because I want to see us win. I'm pro-black. It don't mean I'm anti anybody else, but I know I love my people. And I'm standing on that. That's a fact. I mean,
what about you, Jerome? What you,
so just like the brother was saying, the mindset. I think the big thing is scarcity mindset. A lot of people feel like there's not enough for everybody. If somebody win, I lose. The other thing too is it's a competition versus cooperation. In our community, we always competing. Our comedians compete. The social media finds a way to make our comedians conflict, our sports athlete conflict, our rappers conflict, even ministers conflict. Everybody is in competition versus working together with the resources that we have. We have an opportunity to be a great nation of people, but we just got traumas too. We got traumas that we have to get past. And those traumas do go all the way back to slavery when they had us competing, dividing us. There's no family core. We missing family core. And so it is just a continual poison in our community. It's a continuous poison. And I think we have to come to a point, first of all, if we go all the way back to the 60s, black people were really close knitted. They were family, they were a community. If one kid got in trouble, the other parent disciplined them. Then we got to a point where we're not community anymore. And drugs came into play too. And the mental set, the resources that we have. But even what we have now, we can still be great. But we lost our connection with God. Our generations before us, they trusted in God. They were connected because God was first. But now it's like everybody want to compete. Everybody want to have worldly. Everybody's stuck in their pride. Everybody want to be great. Nobody's humble. Nobody's Everybody want to be popular. Everybody need gratification. Everybody need validation, and that's messing us up. That's messing
It
us up.
is. It is,
We gotta
Drew.
change our mindset.
I agree, man. And we just gonna stay on this topic, man. So the next one is, what's one thing black men need to stop doing to each other? And one thing I'm gonna be honest with y'all that I really hate is like this street thug culture that is just spreading like a cancer to a lot of our youth. And you know, some of our older men, they supposed to be the ones that's kind of telling them not to do that, and a lot of the ones that's my age is telling them to do it or glorifying it. And I just feel like it's messing our youth up, because a lot of these kids, they come from great homes, they come from 2-parent households, and they're glorifying a lifestyle that a lot of men, they had no choice but to go into, because they didn't know where the food was coming from. They didn't have money. They did live in poverty. But now it's this culture of robbing, killing, shooting, carrying guns, and I hate it. I really do. And I hate that our black men, instead of them telling this is not the way, what's being pushed to us that this is the way.
Yep.
And the way what you're leading them to is to jail or to death or to a cemetery. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, how do we get out of this culture where it's like everything that is bad is glorified? Everything that is where you robbing, you killing, you taking from others, people that work hard for their money, you killing innocent people and innocent bodies, that's being glorified. I will never like it. I never like that type of music. I'm being honest, because I feel like it represents something that I'm not. So, how do we stop that? And most of the time, it's our black men that's influencing other black men to do those things. So that's something that I would say needs to change, if you ask me. So let's start with Jerome. What's one thing that you say black men need to stop doing to each other?
Yeah, so we look at right now social media. You see how 50 and T.I. going at it. You see how Cat Williams and other comedians going at it. And once again, I think a lot of the music influences a lot of people. And the music that these last 20 years, it's all about taking somebody out and getting props for that. Going to somebody's cemetery, celebrating somebody's death because you and your YNs got together. It's not enough quarter zip movement. I like the quarter zip movement because it changed inspiring brothers to be more intellect. But at the same time, it's those who are in control over the media, and those they are pushing that to keep us divided. But we mentally got to be stronger than that. We got to be able to reject that. We got to raise a generation that rejects that kind of music, that kind of behavior, because we lost that. We lost morality. We lost class. We want to all be gangsters instead of gentlemen, distinguished gentlemen. Upright men raising our kids, living a simple life, and everything is so blown up now. But the thing about what you were saying earlier, it's like being that thug, being that gangster mentality is just so popular in our community. Even our women, they be attracted to that versus just a good
I hate
guy.
that.
Being a good guy,
That's crazy.
Bring women back.
They want somebody that's gonna be mean to them, shake them up. But being a good guy, they run over you. That mentality has to change. It has to really change.
The soft women era needs to come back, because the women is a big problem too, because they are influenced by this music too. Where they not, they not acting like distinguished, like you said, women that you would want to, court. It's like they even harder than a dude sometimes.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with that, Jerome. What about you on this one, Meech? What you got?
We gotta stop harming each other, and like we robbing, killing, stealing each other, and like y'all said, we parading it around like it's okay. Like our family, like our kinfolks, have to remove your younger kinfolks from certain situations. Don't encourage running the streets. Don't encourage being a what's the word? Dating a bunch of women. I can't even think of the word.
Later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's right. It's
Real
right. Don't encourage it, man. Show these young men how to treat a young lady. Like if you wouldn't treat y'all know that. Y'all know that already. But we have to stop harming each other, like physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Like we have to be better as a community, as a race. Like these social media guys, like y'all know Haha Davis, right?
Yeah.
He hating on Drewski now because his Jews going away. Like, bro, y'all doing the same thing. Collab. You know what I'm saying? Pick each other up. Pick each other brain, man. Hey, don't like why do we do that? Why are we in competition with each other? We as a race have to be better. Y'all all eating. Y'all all make money off of us.
We the only ones that do that. White folks don't do that.
No, they don't do
that.
that.
For all them. It's enough space for you. I mean, you create your space these days. I mean, you got so many platforms now where it's not like it's just mainstream NBC, ABC, you know what I'm saying? No, you got TikTok, you got everything available to you. YouTube to blow up. So why are you competing? It's not just room for one of you guys. That's what they don't understand. It's just instilled in us. It's been something that's instilled in us that we just got to get rid of. You ask me. Seriously. I agree. What you got on this one, George?
You know what? I'll piggyback off all y'all. I think the main thing that black men have to stop doing is killing one another. I think you whack for that. You are absolutely whack. You shoot and kill somebody. You got to be able to have a situation and deal with it differently. So y'all remember about a month or so ago, it went viral. Ja Rule hopped on a plane. It was Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yayo and Uncle Murder are fools because they thought they was tough for doing that, right? And I get props to Ja Rule for just getting off the plane, right? I'm not gonna deal with y'all. And so the problem is, man, we want to show out and be bad and be tough, and you ain't even you weren't created for that. You know what I mean? You weren't created to be a fool like that. And I think the problem is, like you say, y'all said it so well. We gotta stop harming one another, man. Like the problem is, for black men, we don't have any shame anymore. We need to be shamed by some of our antics and what we do. Mm-hmm. Shame is actually a corrective tool to, like, you know what? I don't need to be doing it because I brought harm and hurt to my family. Yeah, they can curl less. One time seeing a black man be ashamed of what he's done. I'm not ashamed of what I do. Like, come on, man. We lost that element of Jerome said a minute ago. Humility, humbleness, community, oneness, right? Everybody want to be tough. Everybody want to be a gangster. I tell you right now, I'm not tough. Nor am I gangster. I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in that space. I don't want to be in that field. Now, I'm going to protect my home. Do not get it twisted. Yeah. I don't go out looking for trouble. I want trouble finding me. I don't even know where I shouldn't be. I don't hang around nobody I do not know. You know what I mean? So that means I'm cutting off that element of anything happening with a bunch of clowns. But we just saw not too long ago, they opened up another Marathon Burger in LA. They had a shootout there. Somebody lost their life. Like, why are we the only ones hurting ourselves? I want to see no other community hurting themselves, but we got to stop doing this. Mm-hmm. It's pain in this. It's suffering in this. It's trauma in this. Right?
We taking our own kind away from their kids, their mothers, their brothers. And we put them on a t-shirt. We bragging about it like
y'all have no idea how that affects family.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's destroyed families. It's destroyed the ecosystem of the black family.
It's not cute. It's not honorable. It's destructive. It's demonic. It's devilish.
And
we always doing some goofy stuff.
Yep. You know what I've always been jealous of, George, and everybody on here? We all live in Texas, and we know how the Indian community is down here. I don't know why we can't do that. What the Indian community does down here is they help each other out.
Yep.
They get a house, they bring that family in, everybody live there. They wait till that person gets a degree, and then they go and get their house, and then they bring somebody else in. They always helping each other. And if you see it now, they buy all the houses on the block. They'll buy all the houses in the neighborhood, and they all know each other because they help each other out. They have unity. They keep their dollars in their community.
Yep.
buy all the
everything up.
They turn them into Indian grocery stores. They turn them into Indian ice cream parlors and restaurants. And I'm telling you, and it's like I get jealous of it because I said, man, why can't we do that? You know what I'm saying? Why can't us black folks? I would love for something like that to be. You know what I'm saying? And you see it's very rare. Like, you know, it happened in Tulsa back then, and you know what they did then. But why can't we do it now?
Man,
because the competition, like Meech just said, we are so competitive and we compete amongst each other rather than coming together in a healthy competition to say, hey, I'm gonna help you get better and you gonna help me get better, and we gonna go together in this thing. I don't like.
So again, Jerome Mike, you would get it. Whenever we go back home to St. Louis, man, there's a Walmart in North County. That is the raggediest, ghettoest Walmart on the face of this planet. So we gotta go all the way out to St. Charles to spend our money. Like, come on, y'all. We shouldn't have to go 30, 40 miles and spend money in our community because the dollar only goes to the black community one time, then it's out of there, right? When other communities 6, 7, 8 times to go around. We get bad service. We quick to get an attitude, and we end up dead in the wrong. It's like, what are we doing here? So as a community, as black men, we got to be the pillars. We got to be the rock. We got to be the oaks, right? Jerome said the best. Jerome was around the corner from back in the day. Jerome was, if anybody in that neighborhood got in trouble, the whole neighborhood used to get on you because you brought shame to the neighborhood, right? Not just to your mom and daddy house. Man, what is you doing? You don't want to do this around here. We ain't seen none of us do that. So where you get this from? And all the OGs get on our head. You hear me? No. Man, you didn't even know your neighbor next door, right? So it's just the black men got to be the pillars. Get back to being the oaks, the rocks, the mountains, where we can guide the youth. We can guide our home. We can guide our community and be good. Until we get back to that, we're going to always have a problem.
We're going to have a problem. And my thing is, another thing with us is, can we set a standard of excellence?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes when we do things as black folks, it's like, can you have a standard of excellence? Can you be on time? When you have a restaurant, can you give great service? Man. It's like, why do we have to do everything so lackadaisical, so nonchalant? You know, when you go into certain establishments, you go into white establishments, they give you a certain amount of respect and give you a certain amount of service where it makes you patronize them. In black ones, we got some great black establishments around here, but we know a lot. Everybody, we can count 5 black establishments where we know, you know, the food might be good, but the service is horrible.
Terrible. Service is horrible.
45 minutes for your food. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why do we have to be like that? Why is that a black stigma thing? I want us to operate in excellence. That's all I'm saying. Is can we move in excellence? You know, and I just don't understand where that comes from with us, where we can't move in excellence. I know this is kind of off subject, but I that's some things that I really struggle with when it comes to black business, where sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to patronize this black business. Look at the service that I get. You know what I'm saying? Look at the service that I get.
Real.
So,
yeah, he's right. I experienced that previous Sunday at an establishment here, soul food place.
Yeah.
Well, it opens at 12. I get there at 2. They already out of black eye. So I ordered black eyed peas, cornbread. They were already out of that within 2 hours. And then the guy who was waiting on it, I was going to sit at the table. I'd sit at the bar so I could get my food faster. He's trying to wait the tables. He's trying to sit people. He's trying to bring our food out. He was doing too much. And so it took forever for my food to come out. And like nobody like, well, I'm sorry for your inconvenience.
Yep. You ain't getting my bad. I'm sorry. You ain't getting those.
Nah, you don't get that. You don't get that.
And it's just like, I just want to see our people do better.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I just want to see our people do better and let us strive to be excellent in everything we do. Black excellence is a beautiful thing when it happens. You know what I'm saying? I love black establishments that's doing it just like our white counterparts, or our Indian counterparts, or whoever else. But it's like it's good when we do things with a passion and have excellence in doing it. So Kania has said this new generation can't accept correction either. They can't. They can't accept correction. You can't tell nobody nothing these days.
Nope.
Can't.
It hurts. It hurts.
This is the next question I had, and it was, what's the difference between checking and criticizing? And here's the thing: when it comes to checking, that's more of a personal thing where somebody has done you wrong. If you ask me, I gotta check you because you did something to me. Rather than criticizing, all I'm trying to do is make you better. You know what I'm saying? and it's positive criticism and it's negative criticism. I don't really like negative criticism, but sometimes you have to positively criticize somebody for something that you have called out. And the Bible, it says if you have an alt with your brother, you should go to them. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you will have an alt with your brother. Everything is not always going to be perfect harmony. You will go through tribulations and you will go through disagreements with your brother. And if you handle it in the right way, in a respectful way, I feel like it can be effective. But a lot of times, like I said, with black men, we lead with emotion. We cannot, we say we don't have emotions, we emotionless, but we have a lot of emotion. We just don't like to show it. But it comes out in us when we feel like we've been done wrong, or we feel like we've been talked to the wrong way. And a lot of our black men today, they don't want to hear nothing from you. They don't want to know, they don't want no criticism. You know what I'm saying? Even I bring up Dante all the time. Dante's on this show all the time, and I bring up this story. I probably saw this story 25 times because Dante constructively criticized me about something that he did not like that I did. And at the time, I said, dang, bro, you're right. I shouldn't do that. Back then, I used to be a jokester. I would like to tell jokes and things like that. And around a whole bunch of girls, like I said, I would tell jokes. And I made a joke about Dante. And Dante didn't like it. He pulled me to the side and said, hey, bro, don't ever do that and try to embarrass me in front of them girls like that. And I said, you know what? You're right. I respect it. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have tried to make you look a certain type of way in front of the girls because you didn't like it. And I could have said, bro, why you crying? Why you tripping? But I respected my brother, and I appreciated that he came to me in that way, in a respectful way, and said, hey, man, don't do that no more to me. And you could have, I could have took it a whole nother way, but I respected what my brother said, you know. And in other situations, I had to go to Dante and tell him things that I didn't like. But that's real brotherhood. That's a real brother. That's somebody that you can go to and have them talks to, because everything is not always going to be copacetic when it comes to brotherhood and friendship. So I'll ask you guys, have you had to deal with that at one point in your life, or with the friends that you got now? We'll start with Meech. What about you on that one?
Man, it depends on who it is. And yeah, like you said, is it a friend or is it an associate? Because like associates, I may not check you, like, because we ain't close like that anyway.
We talking friends.
Friends on, okay, yeah. As a friend, it's how you come to them, right? Like, you can't just be, man, you this, you that, you can't be demonstrative to them. Like, you have to speak life into your friend. Like, if you treat them as your brother, like, tell them, hey, here's how I would handle it, or get the full background of it. But you gotta come correct with guys. Like, a lot of guys just be popping off at the mouth and don't have no clear intentions on what they're saying. Like, if you give me, I didn't like this because, right? You know what I'm saying? Give me context on why you didn't like it, and speak life into people. Like, I just think people are, like, again, jealous, envy, right? It don't come from a good place. Like, if I know that our walks in Christ is a little bit different, I may not be so accepted to what you're saying. If you're not living a certain way, I may not be accepted to what you're telling me. Right? Just make sure that you're in the right space to do it.
Y'all got anything on this one, Jerome?
Yeah, just to piggyback on the topic, I look at criticism as a way of correcting someone with respect.
Yes.
And I think, too, sometimes people can't take it because they don't operate in humility, operate in pride, emotions. And I say a true friend is going to correct you so that you don't keep being in error. Because what happens is we start building up these offense tickets. It'll start building, and then you react because this person offended you so many times. But if you do it out of love and you do it from a good place and you do it in a respectable manner, then people can receive it as correcting them versus just checking them. But checking is good too, though, because sometimes you got to check somebody if they crossing boundaries. Because a lot of times we don't know how to set boundaries. So when we be with our friends, they don't know our boundaries. Sometimes they cross them over, although they don't know they're offending you. So as a friend, sometimes they got to know our boundaries and respect. That's
good. That's good. George, you got anything on this one?
You know what? I think for me, I don't have nobody who I criticize or criticize me because those are people I don't know. So people who know me can check me if I'm in the wrong, right? Because I say this all the time. I don't mind being wrong because that gives me an opportunity to get right and be right. And so I got this partner, man. My partner G. I've known G since I was 12 years old. I mean, it's my ace, my partner, my brother. And a couple years back, we had on the phone having this conversation. Me and my other partner, Mike, we talk every day. My partner, she just get the ramble talking reckless. I'm like, wait a minute, we don't talk like this. So I had to check him. And when I'm saying I'm checking, not the woo woo wop wop wop. I say, gee, we go way back like 4 5 in the Cadillac. We don't talk like this, right? I say you can talk like this to the cat at the cigar bar. You can't talk to me like that because I know you. You know me. We don't never go down this road, right? You know what I mean? And so when he heard me, he got it, and everything was corrected. And so again, those who know me Mike can check me. Meeks can check me. Jerome can check me because we family, right? If I'm out of pocket, hey, we did what we do, right? But now, if y'all didn't know me, you can criticize me, but y'all don't know me to be in a space like, well, da, 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 da. So I don't know if I will ever criticize somebody because we might not be like that. I can know of you, right? You know what I mean? But for me, I'm going to check those, and those who know me get to check me because they know my character. And every blue moon, you can get off kilter, you get off center. And to me, checking is just a recalibrating, a refocusing, right? A recentering. All right, let's get back to what we are. Because now we move to a territory where you can't check me. And now this thing that I love so much, the bond is broken. Now we're done for. You know what I mean? I'm going to fight for those who I love. I'm going to never let relationship go because No, we're going to fight till we figure it out. Then we get to the road where it comes to an end. What? Go our separate ways. I think that's what's up. You know what I mean? So I'd rather check than criticize. That's how I feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good. And I got one more question for you guys. Should you stay loyal to a brother who constantly makes bad choices? I know Meech brought this up last week a little bit about friends that, you might not, have the same connection that you had in the past. Do you move on from them? How do you deal with it? And this is one of the hardest ones for any man is to, because we're very loyal. We're loyal dudes, and it's hard for us to get rid of friends, especially friends that are making the wrong decisions. All right. And I've had to deal with this, just about a year ago, is, weeding myself from friends, that may talk to their wives a certain way or treat their wives a certain way. Because if you're my friend, that means you're a reflection of me. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, how do I want to be represented? How do I want to be looked at? Because your friends tell you who you are if you call them a friend. And if they keep making the same decisions that they're making after you have called them out or criticized them about it, and they still haven't changed it, then it's really on you. All right. It's back on you. The possession arrow is back on you to see what you're going to do. And, that takes a level of maturity to say, hey man, I don't not like you, but I have to fall back. I can't hang around you when you still making the same decisions that you made when I first met you, bro, because we are going in two different directions. All right. It's a pitchfork in the road, and I'm going this way and you going that way. And if you keep continuing to do the same things you're doing, I cannot associate myself with you. And that's hard to do because a lot of men, they struggle with that of, man, like this dude been down with me since I was 5 years old, 6 years old. We playing in the park together, shooting basketball. But he ain't a good friend of you. He ain't doing the right things. He's not going where you going. And Jerome was just talking to me about that earlier. That's why I said I was so proud of him because he talked about something where, he was throwing, if you don't mind me.
Yeah, go ahead. You can put it out there.
I mean, where he was throwing parties, and he said he knew it wasn't the right thing as far as getting his walk right with Christ. So he had to pull away from them. You know what I'm saying? And that shows a level of spiritual maturity to do that. And it's hard to do that because you don't want to let your friends down. You don't want them looking at you differently, but sometimes you have to do it to get the best version of yourself because I
have to share something about that too.
Yeah.
So for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been struggling with that. Like I'm trying to walk right with Christ, but then I still got my foot. I'm still kind of like crossing the fence. And so every year, I do the big 314 here in Dallas,
Mhm.
and I could make really good money from it, and I could do other events. But I was willing to give all that up so I could be at peace. Because every time I did that, I felt like I'm tainting my walk. I'm tainting the opportunity that I could reach somebody for Christ. And it caused some division with my friend. Like for a minute, he stopped talking to me. And I had to tell him, like, man, look, I really want to be all in. I can't keep, every time I give into this, it puts me back in that place. I got to make better decisions. And so they finally understood that I was walking away from it. Just up to another week, they still thought I was still going to be involved. And I said, no, I had to let it go. And sometimes distance from people gives them time to correct themselves if they respect you and they care about you.
Yeah.
They'll realize, like, man, I ain't hearing from him. And that's what happened with my friend. And we finally had that talk. I just told him, like, every year I let y'all persuade me into doing something, then y'all get mad and I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it anymore. It's like, but I feel relieved right now. Man, I feel so relieved.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
What about you, Meech?
Loyal to them and still have love for them is kind of where I'm at with it. Like, we grow apart. I mean, that's human nature, right? And so I can still love you, but I can't be loyal to certain actions that you do, right? Like if I'm going down a different path, like I still respect you, I love you, you my guy, but I can't associate myself with how you are doing things because I'm not making them decisions. I'm not living my life like that. So we're friends. I'm gonna tell you about it. Like it's up to you to change. Like you said, like you told your friend, hey, I don't like the way that you talk to your wife. I don't like the way that you live in your life. I don't like the way you do whatever, right? Like once I address it and you continue to be that way, like I think naturally I have to distance myself from you because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be around people like that. Like I love you from a distance, but I addressed you, I checked you, I told you how I feel about it. And if you don't respect me enough to try to change, then we just have to part ways. You know what I mean? Like you can't be in my inner circle. You can be in my outer circle, but you can't be in my inner circle. Like when I see you, it's still love. What's up, bro? Hope all is well. How's the family? Whatever. I hope you're doing better. Yeah, I'm always hoping that my guys are doing better. But if we're growing apart, like it's a reason for it. Everything happens for a reason. It's a reason for it.
But like Jerome said, once you let go of certain people, and that doesn't mean that you don't reach out to them and be like, "How you doing?" You know what I'm saying, checking up on you. But you know what the relationship used to be. You used to talk to them all the time. Once you get rid of that,
Yes,
it feels so much better.
yes,
Like, you're not taking on all them spirits and all that
yes.
mess, and it's like a weight off your shoulders when you ain't dealing with certain people all the time. I'm telling you, it is, and it feels so good.
You find a new version of yourself. You didn't know that you had it.
Yeah, that's what you do, me. Yeah.
You find a new version of yourself. I'm realizing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the midst of that.
Yeah.
Like I'm at peace with it. You know what I mean?
Right. That's good. What about you, George?
Well, kind of what y'all said again, man. You can't stay loyal to somebody who's making bad decisions because eventually those bad decisions will impact and affect you, right? And you got love for the particular individual. Y'all grew up together, man. Y'all had fun. Y'all did some things on you two know about, and it's cool. But it comes a point in time to where, Mike, you just said the best. It's a fork in the road. If we're going the same way, I'm fine with that. I'm always love you. I'm always pray for you. Always want to see you succeed. But you can't keep on making bad decisions, right? You know what I mean? You don't want to be around nobody who constantly does that because it has a ripple effect. You know what I mean? And you will hope that the lifestyle that you're leading can affect them to make better decisions.
Right.
And like Jerome and Meech just said a minute ago, once you get a spirit of discernment, you can now be like, okay with this, right? And Meech, you just said it beautifully. You found a new level of you and you happy with you, right? man, this is my dog, man. We grew up from the soil. But no, man, I can't be around this thing. We are family men. We got children. We got lives. We got things we're trying to accomplish. And you can't always come to me when you know you've intentionally made a mistake. Now, if you made an act, we'll figure it out together, right? We'll collaborate to figure out how we get out of this. But if you constantly making the same decision, the same choice, and it's funny, I say this a lot. I say, oh man, I thank God I ain't what I used to be. But I thank God He's kept those away from me who shouldn't be around. Right? Like, think about that. Like, whoa, I thank God I don't hang out with this person anymore. But, man, I see that person learn. That man doing things. Wow. Right. We need to run thick in the mud together. Right? But and so loyalty doesn't mean stupidity either. I mean, and I think a lot of brothers make loyalty stupidity, and that's their downfall. The loyalty will the Holy Spirit give you discernment. And so, I said the best, the road that we're traveling down, everybody can't travel. Period, point blank. And once we get to that road, that's it. All right, y'all. It was cool. I look up, maybe you change your life. Maybe we can link back up, maybe not. And everything is seasonal. Like I said last week, there are some people in your life that are evergreen, who are going to be around forever. Some people in your life are just annual. They'll fall off like the leaves in the fall and new leaves above, and you have a new relationship. But those evergreens, those are the people who you want to be around. Those are the people who don't make mistakes.
Yep.
That's good, George.
Good stuff.
And we just talked about it yesterday at Bible study, talking about the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And one is the spirit of discernment. And George just said it. I pray that everyone ask God for the spirit of discernment, because I believe that's something that I have. I can feel when somebody's spirit is heavy, when somebody has a good spirit, and that stuff weighs on me. When you have that spirit of discernment, that stuff can weigh on you. You can feel that, you know what I'm saying? And it's an amazing thing to have, because it gives you clarity. God can give you clarity of you need to have that person in your life. I don't think that person's good for you right now. You know what I'm saying? It's that spirit of discernment where you can discern between the good, the bad.
Let me say this real quick, and I know it ain't the topic for that. I want people to know the spirit of discernment is not prophecy.
Right.
What discernment is observation.
It's observation.
It's observation. The Holy Spirit let you see so many things to where they can come out, they can go in, and it's not to belittle nobody. It's not to say I'm better than anybody. The spirit of discernment is the spirit of observationalism. You can see what's going on, because you got to make decisions and choices for your family.
That's where people get messed up.
And then a lot of people, it's a spirit of prophecy. Nah, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about it. Because everybody, truth be told, really has a spirit of discernment. It's just, are you aware of it? Right? Are you aware of it? Because God gonna let you observe what you see, right? But now, how you respond to what you see, because you keep on seeing the wrong thing and you keep on participating in it, now you're gonna be in a spot to where stuff, right? And thank God that the door to get us out of the situations won't get it twisted, but there's consequences of all our actions. But I promise you, I don't want to say that. Your discernment is not prophecy. That's all I want to say.
It's good.
I like what y'all said about discernment, because I had to learn that. I had noise in my life, so I couldn't recognize certain things, and I had to learn the hard way. So now that noise is out, I can see people for who they are. I couldn't see that. I had to learn a very hard life lesson a couple of years ago. So now the noise is out the way. I know now that I can hear God speak to me and say, nah, that person ain't right. That ain't right.
And it's
you got all that noise going on, you all over the place, you can't hear the Holy Spirit speak.
Okay. You're too distracted. You're everywhere, right?
It's like a fog. You can't see nothing in the fog. You know what I'm saying? So, thank God for clarity. Thank God for clarity. So yeah, man, that's gonna be our show tonight, man. It's been a great show, guys. I mean, I'm telling y'all this now. The people who just watched this show, y'all gotta watch this show, bro. And it's not because of me. I know it's called the Mike to Mike podcast, but every week these brothers bless us with so much stuff. I'm telling you now, bro. I called George early this morning. I don't know where I'd be without the brotherhood and without this show. You know, being able to call you guys. I feel like if anybody needs to talk to me, bro, call me. Jerome, you can call me.
Cool.
Me, you already know you, my brother. You can call me. George, I call George, and we have real conversation. It ain't no good.
Yep.
Hey, this is raw.
I had a real conversation with everybody on this phone, on this call. I'm good.
It's raw. It's raw conversation. You know, certain stuff I can't say on this show because it's too raw. Most of it we do talk about on this show. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put all my business out there.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really do enjoy this show, and I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Women too. I know it's called Manhood, but you know, sometimes I might bring a woman on here just to hear their point of view on things, because women are supposed to be our real, you know, and we gotta hear the women so we can understand, because a lot of you men don't understand your woman. I'm still trying to figure mine out. So maybe we need to get some more women out here so they can tell
every man trying to figure their lady out, Mike.
We all still trying to figure out women out too. So I mean, this is manhood conversations, but we have to, you know, bring the ladies on here too to get their point of view on things. And I will start doing that more if any of you want to come on here. But I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you guys for being open and vulnerable and sharing your stories and sharing the things that you've been through, because you never know that, you know, somebody that's watching 10 hours away needed to hear this tonight. You know, or watching, you know, 2 hours away needed to hear this tonight. So I appreciate you guys, man. And if you guys got any questions, anything that you wanted to know, or anything that you wanted us to answer on this show, like I said before, send it in. Send me a message. You got my Facebook, my YouTube, or whatever else. Write a comment giving us the question that you want us to answer on the next show, and we will definitely do that. But like always, man, thank y'all for watching on this Tuesday night, man, at 8 o'clock. I know a lot of you guys got to get in the bed, so I'm not going to hold you on any longer. I just want to say thank you, appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Love you guys, and see you guys next Tuesday. Peace. Thank you guys. Hey, Jerome, that's good.